Hello, welcome. Today has been a great day for my end. And how was yours? If you are joining in, please let us know where you are joining in from. Welcome to another episode on the Thriving Marriage series. Today is episode 16. Last week we spoke about the right posture that the couple should have, whether the man or the woman, when there is a recent development, and many feedback have come in that the spouse who is yet to get the development should accept what the current situation, build resilience, and in the long run grow so that both of them can be on the same page. The state of the heart is also very key. Today we'll be talking about stewarding various life stretching seasons. Stewarding various life stretching seasons. There are many seasons in one's life, and so also it is in marriage. Some seasons are joyful, some bring a bit of discomfort, some even stretch you much more. Just 1 minute, let me add Bridget, who will be taking this conversation together. Please hold on, let me add Pastor Bridget. Yes. Like I said, stewarding various life stretching seasons. Stewarding various life stretching seasons. Give me just 1 minute. Let me add her invite. Okay. There's a bit of network issue. So let me just continue. Like I said, there are some seasons that will stretch you in marriage, some even in life. And what is expected for the couple at that moment is to accept and not lose focus about their how, why, and the reason for the marriage. There are many various seasons in marriage. It could be change of lifestyle, it could be nutrition, it could be habits that needs adjusting. I will try again. Let's see. There's a bit of network issue. Let me accept and go live with Pastor Bridget so that we can move ahead. Oh, yes. Welcome. I've introduced the topic, stewarding various life stretching seasons. Thank you for joining again, Pastor Bridget. It's always a privilege having you. I was just telling them that the feedback of last week, the right posture when there is a recent or higher development, that the state of the heart is key so that the marriage can continue to thrive, and that couples in their own right should be patient. They should accept where they are and be able to navigate and move forward. So today, there are many times and many seasons in the thriving marriage. And I spoke about the lifestyle, nutrition, habits that needs to be navigated inside the marriage. For example, a husband and wife who maybe they went for their annual comprehensive health test, and they found out that, okay, not really a health scare, but they needed to adjust because they were at the brink of getting into a bad state as in their health. So my first question to you today will be, in that scenario, what are they supposed to do as a couple? What do they need to do? Like, for instance, they did a medical test, and it came out that, oh, you need to make this adjustment immediately. What would you advise the couple, the male or the female? If you can pick the man, talk from the man's angle, you can talk from the woman's angle. Over to you, Pastor Bridget.
Thank you very much, Coach Naomi, for having me again this time around.
Thank
And
you.
for the wonderful topic, stewarding various life stretching season.
Yeah.
And based on the scenario of Earth, that what will happen if after their yearly comprehensive medical checkup. So
Yes.
there are some triggers or there are some red flags that
Yeah.
how do you go about it? First and foremost, as someone in a thriving marriage, when your attention is being called upon, either he or she, the first thing foremost is to lay the reports
Mm-hmm.
down and first of all bring brighten whoso he or she at this moment for the next 3 days. The report shouldn't be bone of contention. You need to work on the partner that
Mm-hmm.
has just received that alarming
The red flag
message.
reports. Yeah.
You understand? You need to
Mm-hmm.
like bring him or her back to life,
Mm-hmm.
to emotional stability, mentally stability, through communication, through affection, but just keep saying, sweetheart, honey, babe, this is not what we need to talk about now. But it's not as if you will give silent treatment. It's not as if
Okay.
you will not show concern. But the
Mm-hmm.
concern at that moment is the way forward. Because
Mm-hmm.
then when we rush into suggestions, it might not really make sense. So what should come first is how to resuscitate whosoever that has received these reports. And
Yeah.
after the resuscitation, what
Mm-hmm.
comes next? In the process of resuscitating the person back to his or her feet, because remember, this was an emergency. It was
Yeah.
not planned. It was not. Is it, oh, sorry. It was not. Sorry, it was not planned. Not no, just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
If, so what will happen at that moment is we have to prioritize whosoever that has received that medical report and
Yeah.
let every other arrangement planning to live fast first. Then while you are still trying to bring up the person,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be making underground research,
Okay.
underground alternative. What are the way forward? What are the things that we need to do or to remove? So that by the time next, maybe 2 days after, 3 days after, you are now taking, you don't need to discuss such reports in an unconducive environment, in a
Mm-hmm.
fighting, because most times what I realize is in case of these medical reports or health challenges, most partners tend to dwell in fear, act in fear, but the other partner we assume they don't care or they are selfish. And at the end, it is not being selfish, it's just that it came as a result of shock and
Mm-hmm.
fear came again. Some will try to like not to talk about it, some will try to like just I cannot withstand this kind of a thing in my vicinity. They try to dodge it, not coming home because there is no communication. But in this kind of situation that we are talking about it now, things we need to learn is we need to be supportive,
Yeah.
give listening ears, and also contribute, because as he or she is making inquiries onto what next to do, what next not to do, you also need to come up with, okay, for now, before we go for the next test, maybe we stop all this nutrition. We can, let's just be vegetarian for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you cannot do without meat, just come home and not eat the meat and go and eat meat outside. That is
Mm-hmm.
sign of love. If you cannot, like as in I cannot inconvenience myself, you are that selfish. Just come home and eat that vegetarian, or come home and eat only maybe drink only juice, smoothie for the next 14 days. You need to be a supportive pillar. You need to walk along, and there are other ways that you can by when the partner, he or she, see that, oh, I have family that supports me so much.
Are you seeing a comment? You said, me, I like meat. I'll eat meat on the street before I come home.
Oh, yeah, it's okay to you.
Don't
But
worry, when there is a red flag, you will adjust automatically. Continue.
as long as you will not eat the meat in front of the person.
No, you will not even eat it. No, you will not even eat it because in the long run, the health care, so that it doesn't deteriorate, so that we can move forward. Because you've spoken so well, Pastor Bridget. Thank you very much. Because effective change management is what the couple need at this point in time, and fear management. Fear management is a full course on its own, because immediately you receive the red flag, whether it's the man that had the red flag or the woman, the other partner, the other spouse must be intentional, because you will prepare to adopt and adapt new behavior and a new lifestyle
Yeah.
entirely. There
Yeah.
will be changes, changes that will be immediate, changes that will be planned, because they need the right psyche to be able to manage the health scare and to be able to transform. Because transformation comes when they are able to be in sync so that they can plan, like you said. I would call it concussions. The concussions, the smoothie concussions, the juices concussions, the medication concussions. You must be able, you must be alert, you must be very sensitive in this period so that you don't, the maneuvering will not affect. Because truly, it's the strength the strength and the energy you are giving, the vibes, your partner, you've already mentioned it, that you are giving your spouse, is very, very important at this point. Because the healthcare might just require that, okay, adjust the diet, change the nutrition. It could be that it could exercises, routine exercises, or just slowing down so that you can have a little breather, so that you can adjust, adequately. But effective change management in this season is very, very key. New ways of doing things, you have to be willing to adapt what you want to do, because it is truly a turnaround adjustment. Maybe you might need to upgrade skills. Maybe you might need to upgrade skills, because in this time, you are not just only patient. You are just going to, as your resilience, your grit muscles, you have to be working it day in, day out. You have to be flexible. You have to be flexible. You have to be agile. You have to be nimble, because there are so many skills that you need to upgrade. If you thought you had some, at that point, you need a higher dimension of resilience. And that brings me to yet another question that says, what are the tools? What are the skills? What do you need? You spoke about self acceptance. What would you recommend that, okay, you've accepted, not being in denial? That one is a basic thing. No need to be in denial. You've received the report. It's a report. So what do you do with the report? How do you handle the report? You give yourself a time frame. So what tools, what are the skills that we need to steward this life stretching season? We've taken the nutrition and health scare, as
Yeah.
in, and habits together. What would you recommend?
The first thing is to recognize the cycle nature of life.
Yeah.
The cycle nature of life. Okay.
Mhm.
When I remove this, what's next? Then
Yeah.
after that, what will be? As in a secular form of life. Because life naturally progress through various phases.
Yeah.
Therefore, based on the report or based on exercise or what, you
Mm-hmm.
have to look for something that is, I would like that work. I
Mm-hmm.
use the word circular because like circle, it rotates, and circle will keep rotating. There's nothing like falling apart
Mm-hmm.
from it. So one needs to look for ideas, meals, treatment that works, that
Yeah.
revolves around the report, that revolves around the exercise. That's, you have
Mm-hmm.
to recognize it. Yeah. What made the report to be like this? Was I overeating sugary things, or was that just secular thing? The second one is to cultivate a mindful approach. Yeah. We need to cultivate a mindful approach, like we present and reflect within each season. Which season
Mm-hmm.
did I discover that I can no longer walk well again? Or which season did I discover my outfits were no longer fitting me, that
Mm-hmm.
requires me to go for exercise? And what season did I discover that was not obsolete in my career, in my business, in my technology? Yeah, we have to be cultivate that mindful approach. We have
Yeah.
to be alert and accepting these challenges and opportunity rather than resisting it. We wouldn't say because we have seen the reports, we say
Mm-hmm.
I rebuke it. It's okay to rebuke, but if we rebuke without an action, you will be back to ground zero.
Yeah.
It's okay to rebuke, but rebuking it and not, because the word of God says faith without works is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuking it, what is your action? You must put an action to it. Another one is physical stretching. Yeah, you have to stretch.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to remain in your comfort zone. Learning new things is not really easy. Adapting is not really easy. That's what physical stretching refers to: caring for your body through exercise, adequate sleep,
Mm-hmm.
proper nutrition, and movement, ensuring your physical well-being. You could
Yeah.
join your partner for to walk around to motivate. You could join your partner to walk around, that's to encourage him or her. You could
Sorry.
make it
Sorry.
compulsory that okay, now weekends we have to sleep 12 hours. Excuse me, deliberately offering your screen.
Sorry. 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 Maybe. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Then mental and spiritual stretching also needed.
Yeah.
Mentally is the sense of taking a new book to read about anything
Mm-hmm.
relating to health, about anything relating to exercise, or even relating to business. It will enhance your mental knowledge and
Yeah.
stabilize your anxiety towards any medical report. And spiritual strengthening, you could add.
Sorry, sorry. Okay, okay, okay. Let me just try and cool down. Let me just be talking while you just calm down,
Okay,
take a
okay.
bit of water. So she's already spoken about it. Like for instance, we might even need to engage the professional help. Like for instance, if the red flag in the medical report needs a change in diet, we might need to engage a dietitian to give you the right portions and the right meals to take at that point in time. Then you've already mentioned, but I just need to highlight it again. You need to validate your spouse's feelings, the feelings of your spouse in this season of the health scare, of this stretching season is very, very important. When your spouse is feeling down, you must be able to step in and be able to validate the feelings. And if you need to engage other family members and friends just to lighten their moods. Do you understand? It's okay. It's also possible for us to engage friends and families that will not drain, but rather bring out the joy and enliven the room for the spouse while the spouse recovers. There must be clear and honest communication. Yes, clear, because there's a shift in habits. There is increased responsibility on the spouse who is the carer now, because
Yeah.
one spouse becomes the carer. So there is increased responsibility. And the spouse who is the carer must be intentional about taking care of herself or himself in this season so that I don't break down, because everything is evolving. There are
Yeah.
changes. The changes are not planned, they are sudden. And it's
Yeah.
from the suddenly you now have to stabilize and plan and be able to cope in that season. Maybe you can even increase ritual. You just sit down and say, okay, you introduce rituals into that season. Maybe you bring out a game, a board game you play, like Ludo, cards. You start to play games together if possible. Just create rituals, as in just say, oh, at this time we'll do this. Then,
Routine.
remember we have timetables in school, as in times, scheduled times. So you
Agree.
schedule it, you do a timetable for that season to help. And it doesn't need to be fixed, it doesn't need to be that rigid. You just keep changing and changing, introducing newer things. But if you ask me, being in nature is very key. Being in nature is also key. Being in nature heals. So you have to be intentional to also be in nature, especially if it's a health scare. And don't look for, when the person wants to, it's okay for the person to want to go into depression, but don't allow it. Don't allow it. How would you do that? Create activities. Let the person, if the person loves to sing, let the person sing. If the person loves to journal, let the person journal. Let the person keep writing. Let the person express themselves. Relive memories, because reliving memories, good memories, helps in this season. That's why we always advise that live good, as in curate good memories, so that in times when you need to relive those memories, it will help in so much. Sorry about your
Okay.
discomfort. Yes, you can
Okay.
continue now.
So
Okay.
now I start at a mental and spiritual stretching. Then I
Yes.
will link it up with where you stop, emotional stretching.
Yeah.
Because in this period, one is stronger than the other. And remember,
Oh, sorry. Let me cut it. Thank you, engineer, for joining. Like all who have joined, thank you. We are waving at you. I've seen so many people who have joined. There's a special person who has joined on this call tonight. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. We acknowledge you. Yes, you can continue.
emotional stretching. Because in the emotional stretching, when you're at this moment, one of the party is stronger emotionally
Yeah.
compared to the other one. So, and the other, and it could even be the one with the report that is stronger than the
Mm-hmm.
carer.
Yeah.
So, we need to weigh at this particular stage the
Mm-hmm.
emotional stretching to take time to understand and manage the emotions at home at the moment. What are these leading us to? Is it drifting us apart? Is it bringing us closer? There
Come on,
should be like,
yes.
there should be what you used to
He wants
checkmate
to say
it.
hello. Sorry. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Dr.
Hello.
Gio.
The basicity of human existence are three principles, four principles of the seas, the
Yes,
competence and skills of man and woman,
Yeah.
yes.
of the doctrines of the church, not of necessity, but skills and competence.
Okay,
That
sir.
dovetails into confidence,
Mm.
Yes.
which Christ has given us to say, this word I own it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And that is the premise of our destiny.
Mm-hmm.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
Yeah.
Yes.
That if we are the sons of God, we should act like children of God.
Yes,
We
sir.
are the children that have those provisions. The man who
Yes.
must not work does not eat.
Yes, sir.
And if we have work, our wages will not be denied.
Yes. So.
Amen.
That's confidence. The confidence that we have dovetails into our character, how we act, how we speak, because we have a God that is a bigger God than the devil.
Amen.
That is what is strongness. Say, look at me. I got him because I have him behind me. You know, there's a song we
Amen.
sing in Nigerian Palace. I have a very big God, do always by my side.
Yes.
That becomes your charismatism. People will say you are proud. No, because you have Christ, the pride that is in you is a pride for heaven.
Amen.
That dovetails your character, becomes yourself in honesty and in truth that you love God, that people trust you. It becomes your
Amen.
connectivity for life.
Amen.
So with this, I give you that I shall keep it. The forces, competence,
Competence,
confidence, character,
confidence, character,
and connectivity.
Wait, at this point,
connectivity.
So at
okay.
this point, get
Wait.
connected in the mighty name of
Sorry,
Jesus.
sorry, Dr. Ebose, please don't go. Engineer TJ, I'm going to add you on this call so that it will be complete. The viewers need to just hold on. Uncle TJ, I'm inviting you now.
Are
I'm
you sure
inviting you.
is it
Yes. So please
okay?
accept so that all of us will be on this call. It's a special one tonight. Yeah.
This
Have you
is
seen the invitation? Engineer TJ, that's Pastor Bridget's husband. Today is truly a special night. I've invited you. Have you seen our invite? Engineer TJ. Or
are you
maybe
sure?
when he is, he's not able to come online.
Um,
Okay, just type for us so that's okay. Thank you.
oh, okay, yes,
Okay.
okay.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. This is a special one, Pastor Bridget. This is special. Wow, this is a special moment. So the topic we've been taking is during life stretching seasons, how you navigate such seasons. We might need to change diets. We might need to change habits. Thank you, our spouses, for joining tonight. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. All our viewers online, thank you, and help us appreciate our husbands who have been behind us doing this podcast week in, week out. Thank you, Dr. Ebose. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Engineer.
you
Oh,
for
I'm
the
already dancing you,
forces.
Doctor. So, oh yeah, let's hear from you, Engineer TJ. You're muted. We can't hear
You are
you.
muted. Maybe VPN.
We can't
Saudi.
hear you. Okay.
Saudi.
But if we cannot hear you, I can interpret your expression to me that if those things that we've mentioned are things that we have in life, so why are we not effective? We need to be effective and move on with life. For this reason, I say good night, and you
Thank
all
you.
have a wonderful night's rest.
Thank
I
you.
love you
Thank
all.
Thank
Bye
you.
you
bye.
Thank
for
you.
the
Bye. Thank you.
forces.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you. Okay,
mm.
thank you so much. Let's continue, Pastor Bridget. Thank you, Engineer TJ. We are
Thank
grateful.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, now
Okay.
we're talking about emotional stretching. That
Yeah.
in the emotional stretching, we have to make sure that we are stable emotionally. We are not
Mm-hmm.
using it to make them feel uncomfortable or even adding more fear to the scenario at home, not to be crying in front of them, not to
Yeah.
be making them to feel like, oh, it's because of this, or be judgmental, or be criticizing, or be condemning. We have to be positive.
Yeah.
Positivity. Positivity. And the
Yeah.
last one is prioritize self-care, because nobody can predict what will happen. Even
Yeah.
with your medical insurance, does not guarantee life.
Mm-hmm.
So prioritize self-care. How do we prioritize self-care? Are you really existing? Are
Mm-hmm.
you happy? I Before now, so I know some, especially most African women, even fathers, immediately they got married, they stop existing. They are not living the life of marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and their own life is dead. We shouldn't make it to be that way. Like we should have bucket list
Yeah.
as an individual. as fine, we are married, we have okay couple bucket list, we have motherhood couple, we have it's even
Yeah.
most men do not even have a life, sorry to say. Because they are all after, I want to pay the bills, I want to pay the bills. You could even see some men do not even have a changing shoe just because they need to meet up with the bills, as in I call it running enter
The
scatter.
mothers, even the wives, they become mothers. They become mothers, wives,
Wives and
forgetting the
forget
mehood. The
so
mehood, they don't remember
meaning
it, and in the long run, it affects. It affects
so
emotionally.
at the end of the day they will bottle everything, later on they
Mm.
will now burst out and be used and be used. Beloved, nobody is using anyone.
Yeah,
Just know the season you are and stretch forward. Stretch. Stretch. There is
yeah,
difference between stretching, striving, and getting it done. Please, if some are stuck, I don't know, oh, this message is referring to me. How will I go about it? Get a bucket list. Before you even married, what were the things that you wish you want, or the wishes you had that you now suspended? Maybe because you became a wife, maybe because you became a mother, or maybe because of your career. Some people are even lost in the career that they don't
mm,
have their own me time. So such a thing, how can we go about it? Is by having personal care, self-care. Some do not even know where spa is. Some have never been to spa before. If you can count 2 3 men that have ever been to spa for their manicure and pedicure, or for massage, which is very cheap thing that you can access, as you just relax. You don't have to drink every day, drink alcohol. Remember, drinking alcohol is not personal self-care. Or maybe going to all those places you go to, you might think you are enjoying. That's no enjoyment, that is enduring. Now stop enduring life, wake
yeah.
up
Marriage
to
is
a
to be
new
enjoyed.
leaf. Enjoy your marriage
Yeah,
as individual, enjoy it as couple. It is more enjoyable when you are enjoying yourself, because if you don't enjoy yourself, there's no way your partner can enjoy you. So in the case of maybe medical reports now, then everything will not just scatter and drift apart. So I will just say, try to take care of yourself,
yeah.
irrespective of married, not married, mother, no mother. Get a bucket list and work on your bucket list. What are those things? Don't say, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this. That is cheap blackmailing. Let us stop blackmailing the kids, and let the men stop blackmailing the wives, and let the wives to stop blackmailing the husbands too. As in, be happy for yourself. Don't tie your happiness to
A
anybody.
human being, you must have aspiration. If you the day you stop to aspire, you're already dying. You must have aspiration. You must have great aspiration as regards what you want to achieve. You had dreams, fantasies. When we're much younger, everybody had fantasies. I want to be this, I want to live this. You had great fantasies. So those fantasies should not die. Marriage does not kill aspiration. Marriage does not kill fantasies. So we must be able to tick off from our bucket list, like the places you dreamt. Oh, this is, as in, now the way they ask it is, where do I want to be, or what do I want to achieve if money were not the problem? So it's like that's a question that tries to revive the fantasies we used to have when we're much younger. Because growing up, before we started having the limitation, keep quiet, you talk too much, keep quiet, you do this. What were those things? Those are things that you should put in your bucket list, because those are the things that will help you. Because the truth is, just being in nature. Travel for some people is expensive, but I know what I use travel to do for my son, who is an adult now. I used it as a point to teach him so many things, because I have in my mind that that is somebody's father, and somebody's husband. So I'm very particular when as in raising, parenting. Parenting is it, because the truth is we need more of that, because if you are not aspiring, if there is no aspiration, then you will just be there. There will be boredom. There will be boredom, because boredom is you are not able to release what you have in you. You are not able to turn it to impact. You are not able to influence with the value or the knowledge you have. That's what I think. That's how I can describe boredom in the simplest terms. The topic we've been discussing today is stewarding various life stretching seasons, and we've had our spouses join us on the live broadcast. For me, it's a special one because marriage is to be enjoyed. We've talked a whole lot today. We've talked about the skills that you need to adjust. We've talked about some tips, some healthy tips we need to take. We've talked about seeking the help of professionals if need be. It's a total turnaround. It's a total lifestyle change when you are in this life stretching season. Some marriages experience it, some don't, but the percentage of the marriages that experience it are much more. That's why this topic is coming up. This literacy on marriage is needed in this season because many people are struggling to navigate the marriage institution. The marriage institution is a fundamental one that helps emotions, emotional well-being. When the husband is joyful, when the wife is joyful, you find out that we are raising more joyful children, which will also impact the society. We've talked about change management, effective change management, where the wife or the husband needs to adjust. We've also spoken about having a bucket list, having aspirations. That will also help. It's not enough to wake up and say, I hang this part of my life and do it. Yes, there will be adjustments in your various roles. I've always maintained that if you can do minimum of 50% of all your roles, that means you are going to sit with yourself, list all your roles and function in them. Some cities will require you to do much more than 50. There may be sometimes a little, but just try and partake in all your roles, because you need to be connecting to others as well as connecting with yourself. When your inner world is at peace, when your inner world is at peace, even you will know, as in, this particular meal, this particular diet, this nutrition is not for me in this season. You will know, so you make the necessary adjustments. Thank you so much for joining us today, Pastor Bridget. So before we say draw the curtains of tonight's episode, please leave us with your parting words on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
My
you.
parting word is stretching is inevitable.
Yeah.
So there is no way we can dodge it. There is no way we can hide it. There is
Yeah.
no way we can mute it. We
Mm-hmm.
just have to pass through the stretching of the life daily. That's stewarding it. We just have to steward various. We talked about nutrients. We talked about health.
Nutrition, health, yeah.
Nutrition, health,
Mhm.
and the last one was like we talked about is it learning
Habits
habits
that need to be adjusted.
that just said to.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we know that we there are some habits that we know that we have long overdue to
To
stop
stop.
doing.
Yeah.
So we should not focus on it's my way. I have to stay into it. Especially if the habit is not longer suiting the
It's no
present,
longer usable in the season. When it's not
season,
usable, it's not usable. It
is
needs
not
to be
usable.
discarded, or it needs to be turned, as in, turn it off. The way you turn off the music, you turn it off. You turn it
You
off, or
just
you
you
tune it
just
down.
discard it
Yeah.
and get new habits. And habit is not a thing that is change is inevitable. So habit is like a change. You can change if you are willing. So and I know that so many people will always say we want more practical things. practical things. But the thing is, you yourself, you are practical, and everything about you is practical. If
Yeah.
you are wearing a shoe that is so tight, you will know this is not my size. You will not even be able to walk. So therefore, we need to help ourselves. Even before we see a therapist, we know that, okay, therapist will say, with therapist will not tell you don't do it again, because we won't want to offend you, because therapy we want you to keep coming and be paying that money that you are paying. I'm not saying seeing a therapist is bad, but of what use going to see a therapist without a change?
Yeah.
You understand? So
Mhm.
now that change has to start from within. Change has to start from within, and with the help of God, that change that you really desire, you can achieve it. If you are struggling with, oh, how will I go about it? I'm tired, I'm stuck, I'm used, I'm feeling it. Then you have to first of all decluster your mind. When you
Yeah.
decluster your mind, you are at peace with yourself. You have not loved yourself enough. Then as external people cannot love you from where you have been loving yourself from. But if you don't love yourself, if you see yourself like a cabbage bean, then external people will crumble you, squeeze you, and take you to incinerator, because nobody is there for you to do that. So my last word is, change is inevitable. Change for the best. Change for positivity. Change for success. Don't be stuck in your comfort zone. In marriage, we need to render help to one another.
Yeah.
If one party is changing, you also climb, wear your training shoe or wear your ladder shoe and also change. If it's okay, this season is dieting, don't condemn the dieting. You can do yours. You might not start with their own pace, but just do something. Don't be stuck. Keep doing, because continuity brings results.
Yeah.
But we
Thank
can't
you.
keep doing the same thing at the same time,
And
expecting to
expect a
see
different
different
result.
results.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to change. If you have been dancing from the right side, this is now time for you to dance from the left hand side, or dance horizontal or vertical. But I leave you with dancing in the rain for change. Shalom.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the life navigation tips you have given in a stretching season in marriage. The shifts in habits, resilience, flexibility, and agility skills steps up and is upgraded in such seasons. We will see again next week when we have yet another beautiful topic. Keep joining us, and thank you for joining again today. Today was a special episode. We had our spouses. It wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. So we appreciate them. And also just send some love in the chat room so that we can also show to them that, okay, you really appreciate what we are doing. Thank you for always joining in, and we'll see you again in another episode. Thank you, and good night from Nigeria, and good night from the Middle East. Bye.
Shalom.
Bye bye.
Bye.